Okay. Hi everyone. I just wanted to share something with you that's been coming up again and again and again this week. All right, this week I don't know what's going on. I have done more past life reading sessions, like phone, Skype, in person. It's been a very intense time where people are feeling the need to connect. And one question that's come up so many times this week, and it's come up a lot before, people are asking me, do animals reincarnate? And do they reincarnate the same way people reincarnate? So I just wanted to address this real briefly, because I'm sure there's going to be, even if it's just one or three people out there who will feel relief. I want to share the information. So yeah, of course animals reincarnate. Of course they do. And they're not always the same way. I thank you everyone for all the thumbs up. It's not the same as with humans, because they're in a different soul format than we are. But absolutely, like, if animals grow to love a human soul very much, they will a lot of times reincarnate again and again in that life. Like, you see me post pictures of Donovan, the albino Maine Coon cat, and I'll post a picture of him in the comments. This is his third life in my current life. And I recall other lives that he and I have been together. So Donovan is a cat. He's always cat. He's always a male cat. And he's an ancient soul. Like, the last time he died, first he was Moggy, he was a black cat, then he was Maddie, he was an orange cat, and now he's Donovan, the white cat. When Maddie died, and I literally felt like someone had torn my soul out of my body. And his spirit stayed, like his little ghost cat was remaining with us in our home for several months before he decided to transition. He wanted to make sure we were okay. So I went to a pet psychic who / animal medium, and she took one look at I brought a picture of Maddie, and she gave all this amazing information that, of course it totally resonated because she was seeing the truth. And she said how he was an ancient soul, that he was around in the time of the ancient Egyptians even. And she mentioned his favorite lives that he spent with me, which was so funny because they were my favorite lives that, of course, this woman knew nothing about, that I remembered being with him. So it was so nice that we had these specific lives that we both remembered. And Lord Snaggletooth, my wonderful Chuggle dog, some of you have heard me say before, he was originally a horse. And that's when he and I first met, I don't know, 10, 15,000 years ago in battle, back in the days when I thought killing and being killed was ooh, that's so much fun. And he loved being a war horse. But then projectile weapons were becoming more common, and he felt war had lost all honor, so he refused to be a horse. And he's never been a horse again. Since then, he's been a dog. And usually he's a big dog, but in this life, he agreed to be a small dog. And this one life that I remember with Maddie, Snag was there too. And it freaked me out one time. I'm like, oh my God, we all have moments of self-doubt. I'm like, am I just making it all up? Like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, you were there, and you, oh, and so it's so nice to get affirmations from other people who tap in and do past life readings for me. who go, oh, hey, I just read this life. And you know, and one time, someone who's very dear to me in this life was actually the life long ago. I'll do another video on that one because it was such a fun life. She was this woman who's like a sister to me in this life. She was my sister in that life. And one day we're kicking around and we're like, you know, remembering our past lives. And then we realized we're both talking about the same life, but from different perspectives. And we're like, oh yeah, she was the older sister. And she remembered that she's like, and father was so angry when you left with that hound dog, and you know, what was up with that crazy cat? And I was like, well, there they are right there. And she went, oh my God, they are. So yes, animals reincarnate and humans reincarnate. And we all have free will. We all have capacity for love. And sometimes, you know, we just bond with each other, and whenever possible, we try to be in each other's lives. When people ask, well, we know what we're working on, you know, we start out working for self, growing ourselves, and then we evolve to working for service, helping others. But what are animals evolving for? They have a different form of personal evolution and growth because their lessons are different from ours, but it's as meaningful for them. There are, of course, a lot of animals who are on our planet to be part of the collective of Earth. You know, you look at buffalo, bison, and elephants are from the same soul family, which that like shocked me when I first learned that. But they just chose different forms of the same soul family, because sometimes you have animal soul families and they want to be all over the planet, helping with the planet. So they take different forms and shapes, but they have the same sort of purpose. Cats, like sometimes when Donovan and I go to sleep at night, he will take me dreaming with him into his dreams. And that cat in his dreams, he goes all over the world with all the different cats. Like all the cats are connected, be them tiny cats or big cats or house cats or cats in the wild or cats in the zoo. They're all connected with the cat mandala, basically. So for a cat to incarnate, it's not so much like they're trying to evolve themselves as beings. They're cats. They're pretty much the top beings in all existence, right? But they'll spend some time as a house cat, some time as a puma or a jaguar, and they might say, like, you know what, I'll do a dog life. Oh, no, back to the cat. You know, they have the ability to do that. So, you know, if you really want to learn more about animals and animal incarnation, it's a good, you know, if you're looking for something to meditate on, that's a wonderful subject to give yourself time to say, like, how do animals incarnate? And then pick an animal. And, you know, it can even be a specific animal, an animal in your life, and, you know, connect with that animal energetically. It may take a while because the animal might be like, I don't know if I want you in my head. You don't know what you're doing. Or the animal might go, oh, cool, come on, let me share a story with you. You can go into the Akashic library and ask for books about animals. You can do meditation and connect with animal mandalas. You can use your imagination and just say, wow, you know, if I were a bird, what kind of bird would I want to be? This type, that type, you know, let your imagination go wild, and then say, well, why would a bird come to life? What would a bird's life be like? Not from the human vantage of perceiving it, because we only see so little of their reality, but from the magnificent energetic abundance of the bird's reality. You know, birds are amazing. You know, just imagine, how can a flock of geese, what do you, are they called, whatever, the V shape of geese flying, go from Canada to the Caribbean and then back. Like, that's amazing. How do butterflies know to migrate all the way down to Mexico and then back up to northern Canada? You know, it takes multiple generations of butterflies to do this. Why would they do this? This is all part of the harmonics of Earth. And they can see things that we can't even fathom. You know, their ability to see energy and magnetic resonance is like, finally, scientists are beginning to realize this. So why would an animal, like say a cat, say, I'm going to be a house cat. What are the benefits for me of being a house cat? What are the benefits for me of being an outdoor cat? An outdoor cat in Alaska, an outdoor cat in the Caribbean, an indoor cat of an elderly invalid who needs a great deal of love, an indoor cat with a family that has 8 children that need a cat who wants to jump and play. You know, there's they have their growth and their evolution, but mostly they're part of the fabric of the planet, and they're here to help us become part of the fabric of the planet, as much as we're trying to resist. So, oh, I love the question about hosting an animal communication class. You know, I'll get you all in touch. I'll put contacts for people who I study with, who are animal communicators, and you know, there's some really amazing animal communicators in our community. I'm just a student, but it's so much fun. I totally recommend it. Okay, so I wanted to keep this short and sweet, but I just wanted to like get everyone thinking about what purpose does it serve animals to reincarnate, and what are they doing with this? Because honestly, they're getting a lot more out of the incarnation cycle than a lot of us people are. And they're making better use of, you know, global conservancy than we are. So if we're looking at how can we raise our vibration, it's not just about how are animals living their life, but how are they living their multiple lives and keeping their lives in connection with each other. So thank you all. I hope you're doing great, and we'll catch up another time. Bye.